Hello Foxpack and welcome back to Five Nights at Candy's 2. Now as you can see I did beat the 6th night, but we're going to continue on with what we're doing. And I haven't practiced the 720 modes yet, but I will get to that. Now as you saw, Chester was on the main menu, and that has nothing to do with this at all. But hold on. One of the animatronics will attempt to climb into the ventilation systems to get you. If you hear noises coming from the vents, find the camera the animatronic is on, and then call the phone in the room to scare it away from the vent. Yeah, so basically, Chester is in this night, but all Chester does is go to a room. You can tell which side of the building he's on by left or right if you're using stereo. I'm not sure if you can exactly pinpoint which camera he's on, but hey, what I typically do is, typically do for these nights that have few animatronics is I will find the camera Chester's on, or if like say he's on the left side of the building and I like go to camera 12 and then camera 13 and don't see him, I can just ring camera 11 and then switch to it and then keep it ringing with when it's on a low animatronic night amount. And basically, like right now, I can just leave it ringing for the next time Cindy comes on into the main hallway. I'm very sorry about that. My throat is still recovering from me being sick, which is why I've been coughing so much. Where is Cindy? Is she just ignoring that phone? Oh, of course. But while I was doing night 6, I actually had a few glitches, if you can call them that, happen. Which was basically like I already mentioned the fact that sometimes if you do your camera flash down the main hallway when a phone's ringing, the animatronic will disappear mid-flash. But I was having a bunch of glitches happen on the cameras where it changed to where the animatronics would go into room, like the connection loss thing. And like when they leave the room and stuff like that. But when they're supposed to be going into the room, they wouldn't appear. Like it'd do the connection loss for them to appear, and they just wouldn't appear for like another 3 seconds. And this made the night very unpredictable for me. Because believe it or not, night 6 is actually just 2 animatronics, one of which is Rat, which you saw in the main menu. And there's another animatronic that I believe I mentioned in the last episode is either a redesign or a different animatronic entirely. I'm gonna assume it's a different animatronic entirely, but yeah, I'll still keep it secret even though it might appear on the main menu, because every single animatronic has an opportunity to appear on the main menu. Well, I guess this is a good time to test to see how long the phone's disabled. Because unless Chester appears in one of your disabled phone cameras, there's no point to actually having them disabled. Except for maybe in the later nights when there's a lot of animatronics. Okay then, Cindy. Except for the later nights when there's a bit more animatronics. I believe there's going to be 4 in total that are actually on the cameras. That being Cindy, Candy, Blank, I think, well, I guess you can count Chester, because he does appear on cameras. And, Penguin, who doesn't directly attack you. I guess I can say what Penguin does, because, like I said, he doesn't directly attack you. What Penguin will do... this. But yeah, what he'll do is he'll basically just like occasionally when you switch a camera or bring up your camera panel, something like that, he has a chance to actually appear, like take up the whole screen of that camera. And when this happens, if you look at him for too long, basically you gotta switch cameras or put down your camera panel in general. If you don't do that fast enough, he will crash your camera system, which is called SAS. The abbreviated version is called SAS anyway. But yeah, he'll crash your camera system, which that in itself can either lead to what I think are either glitches or illusions or hallucinations, which is that sometimes on the crashed camera thing, like when it's rebooting, because you have to hit reboot. If you hit cancel, I don't think anything happens. But basically, okay, Cindy's in the thing. Sometimes when you look at the rebooting screen, it'll just show your office, but the camera's map will be there, and like pretty much the embodiment of the entire camera will be there. The small amounts of static, the map, the crack, all of that will like be there, except it'll be like this, like a picture of your office. It won't be lit up, but it'll still be a picture of your office. And this sort of leads me to the glitch that I was going to talk about last time I recorded, but I completely forgot about, which is the glitch I mentioned in my 720 mode video of Five Nights at Candy's 1, which is that occasionally in Five Nights at Candy's 2, an animatronic will obviously come down the main hallway, and if you have a phone ringing and the animatronic jump scares you, it requires millisecond timing, but like I said, if the animatronic scares you but a phone's ringing, they have a chance to go to the phone's room, and this will leave you with another glitched version screen of the office, which actually, believe it or not, makes you invincible. Like, you can't access the cameras after this happens. It doesn't matter if your camera screen was up or down when the glitch started. You just straight up can't. And because of this, Chester, or depending on which 720 mode you're on, the secret animatronic will get into the vents, but he won't actually be able to jump scare you. It doesn't matter like if this happens at 1 a.m. and the animatronic gets in at like 2 or still at 1 a.m. They will not be able to jump scare you. You won't be able to flash your camera or anything like that. Anyway, yeah. Apparently I was so confident in beating the night, I wasn't even paying attention to the fact that Cindy was in the main hall when I had my camera up. Also, I'm using my pop filter for this video, so maybe that'll help the audio. But yeah, now we're playing as Penguin. Now you can see in that that little box right here, you can see a version of Old Candy's head, and apparently version 2 of Chester still isn't approved. Well, that door closed. Here's Chester's arm. So I believe I gotta find Chester's arm, head, and leg. I might be wrong about that. But yeah. Each minigame just has their own thing you have to do. But like I said, I'll still explore the whole building. I don't think Louie will appear in the office again, but hey, we can check. I know there's a part in the office. Yeah. 1989. It doesn't look like Louie appeared this time. I guess I'll make a full loop of the building so that I can show you guys that I don't think there's anything of importance here aside from the parts you need to get. There is Blank, which I showed last time, but he's just chilling there minding his own business, which is, I guess, nothing, because he's just sitting there. There's Chester's head. My question is, what happened to Chester? Because all we saw was that he went towards the door, and the only news of an animatronic breaking was in Five Nights at Candy's 1, on night 6, how the phone guy mentioned that the previous night guard had brought a wrench and beat up Blank, and the only parts that they couldn't find of Blank to replace, or rather put back together, was the back of his head and his left hand, or left half of his left arm. How was Penguin carrying these, by the way? It literally looks like he's just balancing them on his head. Though I do admit that Penguin's probably my favorite animatronic of the whole like Five Nights at Candy series. Just because of the fact that, not because it's a penguin, but because of the fact that, just like, look at him. He's wearing an actual tuxedo. And Bam, night finish. Or minigame finish, rather. Yep, there's Penguin. But yeah, anyway, that'll do it for this episode. I'm sorry that I'm doing it one night by one night, but like I said, the minigames do stretch it out a lot. But anyway, I will see you later, Foxback.